Okay, hello. My name is Mohammed Mono, and my friend here is Kairon Amir Mikarudi. So our project is about going to rate movie star. How many star we're going to give for the movie that we watch, and then this I'm going to show is we have Firewall server, we have WebServer, and we have database server. So in the interface, in Firewall we have EMP0x3, which we're using the IP address 192.168.100.50, and subnet is all the same subnet we have here. And for the gateway for Firewall server, we have is 192.168.101. And for the broadcast, we going to use 192.168.100.255. And for the network, we have 192.168.100.0. Also in Firewall, we have the another interface which is MP0S8, and it's going to using 192.168.120.10 IP address. Subnet is also the same. And for the gateway, we use it to use the same IP address. The IP address from the Impulse 3. And for the broadcast, is 192.168.120 and 255. For the network, is 192.168.120 and 0. Also for the web server, we only have the one interface only, which is Impulse 3. It stands for its IP address is 192.168.120 and 20. And for the subnet is also the same. Gateway is the same as our IP address in Impulse 3 firewall. For the broadcast, it's also the same like Impulse 8 broadcast. And for the network, also same with the Impulse 8. And for the database, it's also the same. It's only one interface, Impulse 3. And then the IP address is 192.168 and 120 and 30. And for the subnet mask also the same. And the gateway is the same like IP address from firewall and Impulse 3. And for the broadcast, is the same, also same with the network. So we're going to continue to our firewall server setup. I'm going to pass it to Cairo Amiring.
First, we are going to open the setting. We need to change we need to turn on the Impulse 8 and change the IP address for Impulse 3. This will be the IP address. Will be on the same subnet as our host machine, and the subnet mask will be 255, and the gateway will be the same as the host machine. .100.1. Okay, and then we press apply. Then we configure IPv4 for Impulse 8. Then this will be the IP address based on our network design. So the net mask will be 255, and the gateway will be the IP address for the Impulse 3 interface. And we press apply. Okay, now we go into super user mode to gain root privileges, and then we install the HTTP with yum-web install httpd. After the installation, we will start the httpd with this command, and then systemctl enable httpd to allow it to turn on automatically. So now we check the status with systemctl status httpd. So now we see it's active. So now we will restart the network. So we will now restart the network with system ctl restart network. Okay, now we check the IP config. So see if it's already updated. So as you can see, input 3 and input 8 are already updated. Next, we will configure our firewall. On input 3, we will change the input 3 zone to DMZ. This will be for our public facing IP. Then we go to the DMZ, we enable HTTP and HTTPS. And also for the public. Okay, now we will mask our type IP table using this command. We will check the connection between the interfaces. So it seems to be okay, good. Now we check the active zone for the firewall. Okay, so this is the active zone for mpost 3 and mpost 8. So it's supposed to be public zone for mpost 8. Now we will list the services to see if it's updated or not. Now we need to enable IP forwarding. So now we need to type this command, we ensures that to enable IP forwarding. Now we will use this command. So this if this comes out, it means that was successful. And now we start the HTTPD. Now we restart the network. And now we reload the firewall. This is to ensure that all the virtual machine is updated. Okay. Now we check if the host machine can connect. Okay, so we try try to open a new tab, and we will check if the same website, if the same result came out. Okay, so right now you can see that the testing 1 2 3, it means it pops up. That means it is successfully configured. Now we go to the web server. We will configure the IPv4 and change it to manual. Now we go to the firewall. Then change the configuration to permanent. Go into the public and enable HTTP and HTTPS. Now we go back to the firewall, sign in again. Now we go to the firewall again. Now we want to forward the IP port 80 to HTTP. Okay, so now we enter 80, also port 80, and then the web server IP. Yes, we want to allow the web server to send traffic to the firewall through our public network or internet network. Okay, now we go back to our server. Enter super user mode. Using this command to install the HTTPD. So this machine is already installed. Just like in the firewall, we start the HTTPD and then we enable the HTTPD. Then we check the status. So it is active. Okay, now we restart the network to ensure our configuration is updated, and then we check the IP config again. So it has properly verified. Now we go into this directory. Now we need to change the index so that it reflects the changes made from the web server, which means we have successfully enabled successfully forwarded. So right here we will go to the header one. Okay, that one, and then we will change the text to, which will change it to final Project NOS. So it is successful. That means when we access to the web machine, so it will show final Project NOS instead of testing 1 2 3. Okay, so now we will test the IP address again. Okay, so that means it is successful.
Hello, my name is Mohammed, and I'm going to do the database. So here you can log in using the root, and then put your root password. Then we're going to install the um, HTTPD. Like you can see, I already installed it. I already do that earlier. So this one also going to install the MariaDB. It's also same, I already installed it, and then I'm going to install the MariaDB server. So this is all the command for me to install the MariaDB server, and so on. And after that we can install the PHP, and this was the command to install it. Also, I done install it before. And then we can start the HTTPD. Also enable it using the command. And we can check the status also for HTTPD to check is it running or not. And then we're going to start the MariaDB and enable also the same step like we're doing to HTTPD. I'm going to check the status for MariaDB, and it seems like it's running, then it's fine. And then we're going to into the MySQL. That's what command to into the MySQL. And here I'm going to create a database. I'm going to name it as display. But yeah, I already created it. So I can recreate the same database. So I'm just going to mention that I created display as my database. So instead of create, we can use it. So just use command use and then display, and then going to be like MariaDB in the display. And then we're going to create a table. You can see this command how I'm using it. As you can see, it's mentioned that need to have at least one column. So this the supposedly to be my table. So it's going to be ID medium int, not null, auto increment, and then primary key, and then we're going to put the necessary thing like our username and char. We put only one since we doesn't need to put a long name. Then we're going to start rating, since we're going to make a database regarding star rating movie, and then we're going to put detail. It's going to use a voucher also, couple like 5,000, and then we can close it. But if we even close it, we cannot save it since it already exists. So we can get into the user, the user display by using the command insert into user display, so we can put the data in there in the table. So this is how we manually enter the data into the table by using the command. So I'm just going to put the test and started going to put a 5 and details, so I'm going to put it as test. Okay, then this one I'm going to grant all I'm going to grant this permission. This is just example, it's not the real one since I already grant it. And the IP address I put is the IP address from WebServer. And then we can check our table, what data that we create earlier. As you can see at the ID number 4, there's test, and then start rating is 5, and then there's detail. So we're going to web server, then we're going to get into the HTML, like cd/var/www/html, and we can check by using the command ls. Then we're going to check the every file we have. The one is to create HTML, and then we're going to check the create.php. So I'm using this one. I'm going to check the index.html. Then we're going to check the read.php. Then we're going to enter the root again, and then we're going to restart the network. And then HTTPD. Also, if you can restart the firewall also. Then we're going to get server. As you can see, our HTTP network connected is off, also the DB one. So we're going to make it turn on. So you can set server and then httpd _can_network_connect, and then space 1. It's same for the DB, just add the underscore DB. After that, we can check again using the command earlier. As you can see, the HTTPD is online. So we can check in our host. Our IP address is from firewall 192.168.150, So here we can rate the movie, and we can put the movie name that we see already. As for example, I'm going to put as um, CNC test maybe, and then the rating I will put like 2 star, and information I just put a test. I don't know, maybe the best, I guess. And that's it. Show thanks for your review. And after that, I'm going to list the movie I can see. As we can see, there's CNC test, 2 star, and then the best. And the other one is, of course, my example before I do it. And here, if you want to check in the database itself, and then go to use display again, the same command before. Select star from user display, and then it will show our data. And here is how I'm doing my project. So yeah, thank you very much.